There are many breathtaking pieces of art in this world, yet we do not appreciate the beauty of most of it. People from all around should slow down and stand back for a moment to appreciate what unique art and architecture this world has to offer. One of those astonishing pieces of work is the Duomo di Milano Catholic Church in Milan, Italy. This building is the second largest cathedral in the world and has stood tall since its birth in 1386. The Milan Cathedral was being built and reconstructed for over 6 centuries, finishing its last touches in 1965. This massive structure contains awe-inspiring details, including colorful stained glass windows and an ethereal light shining across its grounds. With such welcoming depictions, the Milan Cathedral continues to be a favored structure to visit in all of Italy. The street plan of Milan indicates that the Duomo occupied the most important site in the ancient Roman city of Mediolanum. At the beginning of the 5th century, St. Ambrose, the bishop of Milan, built a new basilica on the site. It was called the Cathedral of St. Maria Maggiore. Later on, another basilica, St. Thecla, was added beside in 836. However, both buildings were damaged by fire in 1075 and they were rebuilt as the Duomo. During 1386, the Archbishop Antonio da Saluzzo began adapting some parts of the cathedral in the renaissance late Gothic, which has more characteristics of France than Italy. A few years later, in 1389, Nicolas de Bonaventure, a French architect, was invited to work in Milan. He redesigned the cathedral to the French Renaissance Gothic style. He also suggested that the brick building should be covered with candaglia marble. In 1762, a polychrome statue of Madonna was added on top of the main spire, and most of the Gothic construction was largely completed in the 1880s. It took a few centuries to complete the masterpiece. The Milan Cathedral was originally built out of bricks and was later paneled in white, pink, red, gray, and black marble. The style of the cathedral was debated over time, but Gothic style was eventually resorted to each time. The front of the cathedral is comprised of a massive grid of pinnacles and 135 spires that were supported by flying buttresses. Overall, there are thousands of spires throughout the entire cathedral. There are 52 columns inside to support the massive structure that stands at 65.5 meters tall and 158 meters long. Interior design was not focused on until the early 1500s, however the cathedral currently houses over 3,400 statues and 90 gargoyles. The cathedral is much wider than others due to the construction of 2 aisles inside rather than the traditional single aisle. The layout of the cathedral was created to resemble a cross inside. The Milan Cathedral is a great and unique example of medieval architecture. It is considered one of the greatest Gothic masterpieces. The Gothic style is characterized by height and dramatic ornamentation, both of which are certainly evident here. It displays impressive architectural details both inside and outside of its walls. The exterior is dotted with thousands of intricately carved statues depicting both religious figures and stories from the Bible, and its interiors are even more intricate. There are 1,000 more statues, sky-high marble columns, gilded ceilings, striking stained glass windows, and loads of paintings scattered throughout. Although the architecture took several hundred years to complete, it is worth